I'm a psychotherapist and I've been in practice for 25 years. And it's sacred work that happens in my office. And I'm honored to do this work. And in the course of my work, I learn from my clients. And very often, over a period of time, I seem to get themes of information that come through. And I really believe it is the spark of the divine that is there to serve my clients. And over time, I find myself repeating the same stories and the same themes. And over the last year or so, I have felt this push that I need to bring some of this outside of my small little room and into a bigger sacred room such as this. And I felt much gratitude to Rabbi Arnie and Shir Tikva for my training wheels tonight. So the theme that came through, and often comes through in my office, is simply this being human can be a challenging and wild ride. And as I was doing my morning walk this morning, I was thinking about the irony that I came in to talk about what it is to be human and the challenges that we have and how hard we can be with ourselves and how do we break some of these myths and find a gentler path. And then I thought about what I was supposed to talk about tonight, which is B'Tselem Elohim, that we are created, we are part of the image of God. And so in that, we carry that same spark of the divine and the same abilities to create. And I thought, what a polarity, what a duality, here I am talking about human, and here I am talking about that we're the divine. And truly, I think that's what we live as human beings. That's why it gets so confusing sometimes. So the theme that's here for me to move forward with, I'm not quite sure how, is that the basis is that it is challenging and a wild ride to be human. And we face all kinds of storms and ups and downs. And somehow we all got the message. I say all, give me some grace there. Most of us got the message that it's not supposed to be this hard. And that if we were doing it better, if we were doing it right, if I was somehow more together, this wouldn't happen or that wouldn't happen. Or I come into this situation and why did this happen? What did I do wrong? And what I find is that we waste so much energy beating ourselves up, berating ourselves, trying to figure out what's wrong with us when there's nothing wrong with us. This is all part of being human, and we're all going to be on the roller coaster. Nobody escapes it. And now comes the divine part. But we are creators. And so in that, each of us have a part of the Creator in us, which means that we have a lot of power here, right in our own temples, in our own sanctuaries, of how we live this life of ours. Have you ever had that experience where you've done something and it felt one way, maybe not so great, okay? And then some period of time goes by and you find yourself in a similar situation. And yet, it feels completely different. And you kind of sit there and you go, wait a second. This feels so much better. Something must have changed. And then you look around you and you see, Sam's doing what Sam always does, and Mary's doing what she always does, and you're sitting in the same place, and yet your experience is completely transformed. That's where our miracle comes in. That's where our peace, where we are a spark of the divine, happens. And so in this, what I was saying is an invitation to begin to become aware. Noticing is amazing. I've taken on another metaphor of if you have a situation, to put it on the movie screen and be in the movie theater watching your movie. Sometimes we're so in it we can't see anything. But watch the movie up on the screen. See how you feel about that character in the movie. Chances are you'll have a lot more compassion and be able to have a lot more empathy for whatever's going on the screen. And see if it feels good. Is this what you want? Is this how you want to feel? Is this what you want to create? And so often we're creating exactly what we don't want. We're masters at this. Me tonight, I'm so afraid, I'm so afraid, I'm so afraid. Stop being afraid. I said, you're talking about the spark of the divine. Hello, Julianna, you know? And so when we see that character up on the screen, and we go, you know what? They're beating themselves up. And look, they're really a good person. And if they would only blah, 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 I think the situation would feel so different for them. Oh, that's me. And then we begin the process. And I don't want to make this sound like it's magic. You know, you just snap your fingers and you change your life patterns. We don't. But you begin a process. You plant a seed of possibility. I would like this to be different. I can see a different possibility. I don't know right this moment how to get from where I sit to over there, but I know over there looks a lot better than where I am right now. I'm going to open to that possibility. And I believe with energy and attachment and a connection and a commitment to find that path, we have that ability to do that. So this is such a snippet, it almost is obscene. As I said in the material, I humbly presented by Julianna Jaffe, and the irony is I'm part of a group that is studying some Kabbalah, and we spent, I think, 2 hours talking about humility and humbleness last week. And I pulled out my paper and I said humbly presented. What did that mean when I wrote it? And what it means to me is, in a way, who am I to be delivering this message as if, like, I got it, you know? But I truly believe that we all have a part of the message to deliver. It's our part. And this is my part. So I humbly come to you today and offer this as a path of possibility. And I want to just share with you some of the other thoughts that have come of different topics that might come in the future. Just kind of set your mind thinking, you know, about this challenging and wild ride and how can we tame it a little bit, at least tame our experience. Because while we have no control of what happens outside of us, we have a lot of empowerment about how we respond to it. So one of the topics is finding your own natural rhythm in life. We all have a way we move. We may not be aware of it at all, but chances are we approach things in a similar rhythm. We get through things in a similar rhythm. Finding out what our rhythm is just bliss, because you start to recognize it and kind of ride the wave more easily. The other is kind of what I said. It's all coming. The good, the bad, the challenging, the delightful. It's how we meet it that makes the difference. The third is, in all dynamics, in all of our relationships in life, we each play our part. And so that would be about identifying what our role is and seeing how often we play the same role. It's like, how did I get here again? And so creating some change to release ourselves from repeating those patterns. And as I put there, more peace, less burden, less drama. Another is opening to the awareness that how we treat ourselves is directly connected to how we treat others. And one of the things I always say in my office is, if your friend were sitting next to you right now saying what you're saying, would you ever treat them the way you're treating yourself right now? Because we're all so self-critical and so self-challenging. We beat ourselves up, but we never do that to another. So it's taking a look at that. And the last is, for right now, as we're evolving, so you've created this wonderful life. Now, how do you rest in and enjoy it? Most of us have spent so much of our life in survival and striving, and we've worked hard and we've worked hard and we've worked hard and we've worked hard, and we've done well. We've created lives where we have loved ones to share it with. We have homes to live in and food on our table, and really life is pretty good. But it's so hard for us to just embrace it and enjoy it. We live so often in the fear. And I just want to close, I think, with that little piece as I was thinking about tonight and what I would speak about, and I've just realized I'm probably making you all seasick swaying back and forth, so I'm sorry for that, is that we all do have this very natural and God-given gift of creation. I believe that our creative force is our life force, and that it's only fear that shuts it down and turns us away and shuts down our possibilities. And I absolutely believe that in the end, everything comes down to love and fear. I believe that our divine source is that of love and benevolence, and that when we turn away from that divine source, we are in our own fear. We are in the absence of that, only because we turned away. And so in every moment of our lives, we have a choice. Which do I want to be rooted in right now? What do I want to create this moment? Thank you very, very much for sharing this time with me. Shabbat Shalom.